Hey everybody, welcome to the Soulful Eclectic. I am your host, Diana Collins, and I want to welcome you all to today's episode. If this is the first time you've been with us, welcome. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I truly appreciate you and the time that you spend with me, and hope you continue to spend time with me. And if this is your first, second, third, fourth time, whatever time coming back, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate all of you. All the feedback I've been getting back has been amazing. So thank you. Keep it coming. As I said in the last episode, my webpage is launching. The new webpage is launching on May 28th, and I look forward to everyone's feedback. I look forward to, you reaching out to be a part of the Soul Tribe so that you can share your thoughts and things with the members of the group. And also give big hugs to all of you for the support. I just totally appreciate it. So keep it coming. Share, share, share. I hope everything that we talk about resonates with everyone or someone, right? One person is a million people to me. So with that, I just want to apologize. I've been away for the past couple of weeks because a lot of things in my life have been changing. I've been doing some really amazing things. I think the last time we checked, there's been a whole transformation. A whole transformation. This is the time of change and transformation, growth, improvement, and just stepping outside of your norm. What makes you comfortable? So that's the basis of today's conversation, is stepping outside of what makes you comfortable and facing your fears, and also being okay with being uncomfortable. And that's it's just unleash your goals, unleash yourself, be your authentic self. I don't mean to go out there and just, be nasty and things like that. No, 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 no. There are things that are transpired within all of us that we push down because it's outside the norm. Oh my gosh, it's scary to try this. But we have to step out of that. And this has been the most transformational time in my life. And mind you, I've had several transformation times in my life, between joining the army, having children, raising the children, going to school while you're raising children, working, going to school while raising children, trying to have a relationship. Those balances are just never ending during those times. So this time, I am able to really think and process who I am and what I want to do in my life and what I want my life to look like. And I don't want to be stressed. We've all faced a ton of stress during this pandemic. We faced pain, death, loss of jobs, all these things we all face during this time. But I think for me, I chose to look at it as this is a time to rethink, repurpose me. And during that repurpose, I started this podcast, right? And started talking to all these wonderful people, men, women of all nationalities, and it's been amazing. And you guys have heard a lot of our conversation. You see that we're all grappling with some of the same issues. And that's one of the things that it brings us together and surpasses color, religion, and, social class sometimes. So what I want to talk about more is just stepping into yourself, facing those fears. Fears was meant to save our lives, right? We think about from an anthropological look at life and who we are as humans, as people, as an ethnic group, as a culture, and anthropology and sociology, because the two go together, in my eye. Some may disagree, but that's okay. But the thing is, we evolve, right? And what happened is that fear mechanism within us was heightened during those times because we had to run for safety because of dinosaurs, because of, alligator, wherever region we were living in, we had to maintain our safety. So we had that fear in us. It was that fear that said, okay, you need to run. That fear that says you need to hide. That kind of thing. But now that same fear is what's keeping us from doing what we are meant to do. And we've seen it over time and time again how we allow within ourselves our fear to keep us from doing what we love, what we want to do. One of the things when I, was raising the girls, I was like, do what you love, do what you're passionate about, no matter what. Sometimes you'll make money out of it, sometimes you won't. But if you're passionate about it, someone's going to see that and it will grow. And then I'm sitting here thinking about it and watching my children go out after life and do all these things. And I'm sitting there like, what in the hell just happened? I should listen to my own advice, right? I should take that leap of faith and create and be and do something that I am passionate about. I am passionate about education. I'm passionate about loving life and travel and being around other people, meeting other people from other cultures, growing, all those things. And why the hell am I not doing it? You know why? Because I'm scared, right? Scared of change. Scared of that possibility of, oh my gosh, I won't be able to buy that pair of shoes because I didn't make enough money this month. That kind of fear. And it's like, but why am I allowing that fear to stop me, right? And then the fear of failure. We all have that fear that we're going to fail. And we've all failed at something. One of my favorite sayings that I tell to my students is, the master has failed more often than the student has tried. Because to become a master, you had to have failed at something at some point during that journey, because how else are you going to grow and learn and be able to teach someone else about the possibilities of the things that can happen if you've never failed or have witnessed someone else failing at something else? Failure, in my eye, equals success, right? Because whenever you fail, one or two things happen. You fail, you allow fear of trying and doing it again, allow you to stop and just throw in the towel and say, I'm done, it's not for me. That's one option. And then there's option two, where you fail, you look at what caused the failure, and then you change trajectory and say, okay, I know not to do this again, so therefore, here I am, I'm going to go try again with a new aspect. Will you be successful the second time? You might. Will you fail again? You might. You run that 50-50 chance, but you won't know unless you try. And that is what I am speaking on today, because I don't know what's in my future unless I try. I have a passion for teaching, reaching out to the community, as I told you. So how can I do that passion and still be me authentically? So that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So when I have been away for that time, that's what I was working on. How can I do that? How can I share with you how that can be done, or the trials and tribulations that happened during that time? And what I find is just having these conversations. I always say, you put yourself in a situation in areas where you meet the people you want to attract in your life, right? I think they call it the laws of attraction, right? So you put yourself in a position where you attract that positive energy. You attract those people who are doing well and are willing to share how they made it to that point. So you have to start this journey by removing yourself out of your comfort zone. Removing yourself out of your comfort zone. And that shit is scary as all hell. Okay? Because we know what to expect. We know what the outcome is in our little bubble. But taking ourselves outside of that bubble, outside of that box, is going to open up a whole new world of possibilities. When I say a whole new world of possibilities, my mind was like blown at the amount of people I met as I'm starting, or and I'm not even saying starting because I think my journey has begun many years before I even realized it, because I'm learning so many things that I already have been doing in the past, but I just didn't know what they were, like affirmations. Damn it, affirmations is what got me through nursing school. Affirmations is what held me in relationships to keep a handle on me. I had no idea I was, putting affirmations out into the universe and attracting what it is that I need in my life. I just thought, oh, it's a coincidence that I met this person when I was just thinking about this over here that I really needed to branch out and go back to school and do whatever. I all of a sudden meet this person that is on that journey already and can help guide me by answering the questions that I may have. Who would have thunk it? So, we don't realize that some of the things we've been doing is actually what has been helping us. I have had 5-year plans or some sort of plan forever. I didn't realize that I was making goals for myself and achieving them. Like I would just manifest that I'm being a nurse and I'm doing all these things, and then next thing you know, I'm enrolled in school, putting myself out there and meeting people who are willing to help and guide me through that path. And then also after that, other people see you. I always say people are watching. People watch you all the time. So what you put out there can either help you or hinder you. All right. So a lot of people within the hospital settings, within the clinical settings that I worked in, and had witnessed how I was with the patients, teaching and helping the other students as they came on the units. And a teacher came up to me who was my teacher once and said, "You're doing an amazing job. How about you come and teach and be an adjunct for me?" I never in a million years would have told you that I would be a teacher. Okay? That was not anywhere on my radar, especially back then. But I said, why not? And that's when I began taking myself further out of my comfort zone, taking myself and let that fear feed my journey instead of hinder my journey. You're going to be scared. That's inevitable because it's different. Anything that's different is scary. Anything that takes us out of our comfort zone is scary. So you're going to feel that anxiety, that apprehension. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten in front of a classroom or done a workshop with my colleagues, and I'm having an internal panic attack, right? I'm sweating profusely, so I have to make sure when I wear different types of blouses that you can't see my sweat pits or that kind of thing. I tend to stutter in the beginning until I get comfortable. Sometimes I develop an accent. Don't ask me where it comes from. I've always been that person that picked up other people's accent, and then under duress, I start talking in that accent. It happens when I'm in stressful situations. It happens when I'm angry, upset, high intense, anything that has my blood pressure up. I tend to fall into somebody's accent, depending on who ancestor I am channeling at that time. That's what happens, but it's not a bad thing. My husband often says, "Who is this person today?" So that's the running joke, and my kids say it all the time. They've been saying it forever. But once you realize what it is that you want to do and what your goals are, write them down. Write down your goals. Make them tangible. Make it something that you can attain. Short-term goals, long-term goals, whatever. Write your own affirmations. There are great ones out there, but tailor those affirmations to meet your needs, right? Then what makes you scared? What is your fear in life? Write down Your fear. Not that I'm scared of spiders. Not anything like that. I'm scared of snakes. Think deeper, right? Write down something that you're afraid of. I'm like right now. I'm gonna be totally transparent. I'm scared of starting a new career. I'm scared of what this next leg of my journey has to bring. I know in my heart I am going to be great, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm scared, right? And that's what you want to write down. What are your goals? What are you scared of that's keeping you from reaching those goals? That is it. And then once you read that and then you start taking that action, start taking action to what it is you want to do. I have been reading this amazing book. I have a great friend, which you guys will meet one day. She'll be on the podcast, Victoria Thompson, and she has a nonprofit, We Still Rise, and we have been talking every week for the past month or so. And here's the thing. We have become each other's accountability partner. We keep each other on top of our goals, our aspirations, and also we check in on each other. How are you doing today? What did you get your goals met today? All right, fine. What kept you from meeting your goals? Great, you did meet your goal. You scratched that off. No matter how big or how small, your goals do not have to be gigantic. Start off small and then build them to be bigger. We are both reading the Success Principles. Find a book that resonates with you and then find a partner, another person who can be your accountability partner, share it, and then the two of you together grow together. One of the things that we find as women, as humans, we are so quick to tear each other down and so slow to lift each other up. How about we flip that? How about we jump in to help fix that crown? Here you go. Wait, you're a little off today. Let me straighten that out for you. All right, now you're good. You're good now. All right, and then slow to do that whole backbiting thing. Let's flip the script. Okay? Everybody is always scared to share information because you feel someone is going to get ahead of you. Stop it. Stop it. There's your fear again, keeping you from great communication. There's your fear again, keeping you from building friendships and connections. Don't let your fears stop your blessings that are there for you, because they may come once and say, okay, that fool messed this up. I'm going to try this again from a different angle. Come again. You may not get a third pass. You may not get a third pass. So definitely pay attention to the blessings as they arrive to you. All right? And just start living. Start living. Start enjoying life. And I'm saying this because, hell, I'm just starting to live and enjoy life. Been married 5 years. My husband is amazing. I met him at the point in my life where I was ready to just throw in the towel, go find a remote island, and sell coconuts on the beach. I was ready to just toss it all out. And then the universe, God, gave me him. With him on my six, for those of you who are not military, he has my back, okay? It's just been one of those things where I feel like I can conquer the world. So me saying that is, if you don't have that structural support, that good support system, it's okay. It's all right. My thing is this is a time where you maybe need to start cleaning house. Who's going to benefit me as I grow? Who do I want on that train? Who do I want to bring with me as I grow? Because that's one thing we have to understand. We love pieces of our family. We love people that are in our lives, our friends, but you can't bring everybody with you as you are making successful steps. And that part I learned too. All right. So that puts me in that position where I have to make choices. What are you doing for me? It sounds selfish, but it's not. It's self-care and self-preservation. What are you doing for me? If you bring in tons of negativity to my table, we can't dine together. We can't dine together. I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to break bread with you. I don't even want to toast anything with you. Negativity has no place for growth and achievement in anyone's life, because there's already going to be people on the outside throwing daggers at you. You don't want anybody on your team throwing daggers at you, and that includes your spouses, significant others, whoever. If they can't be supportive of you at this point, it's safe to say that that support is probably not going to be needed, or not going to be fruitful for you. So you may need to move on. Okay? It's hard. That's one of the hardest steps you have to take sometimes. But it's real. It's real. Because you want that champion in your corner. You don't want naysayers at your hip. Every time you do something, oh, well, yeah, I don't think that's right. Maybe you should do it this way. Or are you out of your mind? That will never work. It's one thing to say that, but have a solution on what can help you do better. But if you say that and don't have a solution, then you're just there throwing daggers and you're not helping me. You're not looking after my best interest. Therefore, why should I look after your best interest? That's why I said you can't bring everyone with you. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time meeting your goals. Not saying you can't, because it can be done. It's just that much harder. And why add more stress to you if you're already stressed, right? So that's one of the things that's why I love having him with me, because it's nice. He's not always in my corner saying, yeah, babe, do that. Yeah, babe, do that. He's not. But if he says something's not a good idea or suggests something's not a good idea, he gives me that why he sees it as not a good idea, and then gives me some other choices, selections, opportunities, or possible outcomes that might be helpful in place of what I have been doing, because you're not going to do it right all the time, but having that feedback. I think I talked about feedback in the past. Taking your feelings out of the feedback and listen to the message that's being given, that goes a long way. And that is something that's going to help you be successful. So cleaning house is a nice start. Having someone in your corner, having an accountability partner, finding books that resonate with you on success and healing and being your authentic self and doing well. Those are all pieces on you becoming a better you. And taking care of your health, mind, body, and soul, all go together. So, find if you are Christian, Baptist, whatever your religious denomination, find a church that resonates with you. Become part of the congregation. Become part of the conversation. If you are, If you are not of a religious background, find some spiritual connection that resonates with you. I do not belong to a particular church. I am a spiritual person. I believe in God and the universe, but I don't belong to one denomination. That does not mean that I am not spiritual and I cannot be spiritually connected. Absolutely not. So you find what works for you. That's what works for me. I meditate. I go running. I have my affirmations. I, sit there and be at one with myself. All these things is connecting you to God in the universe. I know some people feel like meditation is not like prayer, but it really is, because you're having a conversation with yourself, either aloud or within your mind, and you're talking it out to God in the universe. So isn't that the same as praying? You're just doing it differently. So you find what resonates with you, and be okay with the fact that Everyone is not going to agree with you. We are not for everybody, okay? We are learning that. If you haven't learned it by now, this is a hard lesson for you. For those of us who are and have different cultural backgrounds, we already know we're not for everybody. So that's the piece that you need to gravitate to and build off of that and take that and say, I'm not for everybody, but I'm for me. And I love me. So I'm taking care of me, mind, body, and soul. I'm achieving my goals. I'm doing my affirmations, meditating, and being accountable for me. That's all you can do. Start with your accountability of you, and then as you build yourself, you can branch out and shake hands and help someone else. But you can't help someone else until you helped yourself. And that's where you need to start. So, with that, I'm just going to leave it there. Some thoughts to ponder. Think about your fears. What's keeping you from doing what it is that you want to do in life? What is your passion? Right? What are your goals? And how are you planning on attaining those goals, either small or large, short term or long term? It's all up to you. But I just challenge you to start somewhere. Start somewhere. Look inside, sit with yourself, and just say, what do I want my life to look like? That's reasonable and tangible, that will allow me to grow and be my authentic self. All right. So if you have not joined, please subscribe to the page. I'm on Facebook, DC the Soulful Eclectic, and I'm also on Instagram, the.soulful eclectic. And you can also send me an email, dc@thesoulfuleclectic.com. And as I said in the beginning, my new webpage will launch May 28th. And please feel free to subscribe and also leave me a message. I'd appreciate it. So if you have not, please check in with your family, friends, check in with yourself first and foremost, and then reach out to see how other parties in your life are doing. I wish you all well. Please stay safe and take care of yourself and each other. Namaste.